Donc, bonjour, bienvenue à tous et à toutes. Donc, aujourd'hui, je suis avec Jessie.
Oui, allô?
Yes, comment ça va?
Ça va bien, toi?
Ça va, merci. Puis aujourd'hui, on a une émission, on a eu un épisode très spécial, dans le sens que tout d'abord, c'était en anglais. Puis la majorité des épisodes sont en français. Mais là, on a reçu quelqu'un qui est venu témoigner de comment la perte d'un être cher a impacté sa famille. Puis je crois que c'était important qu'on puisse s'arrêter là-dessus. Trop souvent, c'est quelque chose qu'on ne fait pas mention. Quand quelqu'un est emprisonné ou quand quelqu'un décède par rapport aux violences armées, c'est comme si c'est juste la personne emprisonnée ou qui est décédée qui vit les conséquences. Si la personne a des enfants, si la personne a des membres de famille qu'elle laisse derrière, c'est comme si on ne pense pas à eux. Et tandis que je trouve que ça laisse des grosses séquelles, des gros impacts. Donc, c'est ça. Donc, majoritairement, toute l'entrevue est en anglais. Donc, c'est ça. Et toi, comment tu as trouvé ça?
Ben, j'ai trouvé que c'est super intéressant. Puis pour faire du pouce sur le fait qu'on a choisi de la faire en anglais, c'est parce que, justement, c'est le langage des émotions. C'est quelque chose qui est vraiment poignant, qui lui est arrivé, c'est une tragédie, dans le fond. Alors, on voulait lui permettre de s'exprimer dans sa langue à lui, ce qu'il a fait avec brio. Puis moi, je trouve que c'est une histoire vraiment de résilience. On a pu voir comment il a pu grandir, même à travers quelque chose d'aussi tragique. Parce qu'on s'entend, son cousin est mort très, 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 très jeune et il était très proche de lui. Il va nous expliquer vraiment le beau lien qu'ils avaient ensemble et comment la famille a pu se tisser serré pour passer à travers cette épreuve. Puis on s'entend qu'il continue à vraiment... Je pourrais dire ce deuil-là, c'est un deuil en continu.
Exact. Donc, ça, c'est l'épisode en anglais avec un membre de famille qui raconte la perte d'un proche. Donc, merci d'être avec nous pour le projet Le Tournant et bonne écoute.
Si tu préfères le confort, les gens qui réussissent sont ceux qui travaillent fort. C'est quand t'es inconfortable que tu grandis. Le soleil revient toujours après la pluie.
Bonjour, bienvenue à tous et à toutes. On est de retour pour un autre épisode du projet Le Tournant. Puis, je suis en compagnie de ma collègue Jessie.
Oui, bonjour à tous.
Yes. Donc aujourd'hui, je vais juste vous dire que ça va être un épisode très spécial. On a un invité spécial avec nous. L'épisode va se faire en anglais, mais vous inquiétez pas, on va s'assurer qu'il y ait des sous-titres. Pour ceux qui ne maîtrisent pas la langue, vous allez pouvoir avoir accès au contenu puis à tous les bons messages qu'il va avoir. Mais c'est important que vous compreniez que c'est en anglais parce que notre invité est anglophone. Donc, on va y aller en anglais à partir de maintenant. Donc, hello and welcome to another episode of Le Tournant Project, which in English means the turning point. And the goal is to raise awareness, provide tools, and also guidance, and to warn people about all the consequences linked to gun violence. So today, our guest is Tabari Charles. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for your. You're about to share your testimony, and I think it's really important for us to put it out there and to share it with the rest of the world, because I think it's important for people to realize that more than the victims or people incarcerated feel the pain and go through stuff, go through the struggle or dealing with everything that has to do with gun violence and what we call, quote unquote, the streets. So I'm really grateful for your testimony. Thank you. And let's start with the first question. First of all, can you tell us about the person that you lost, and also, can you tell me what kind of person was he?
Well, the person I lost is Jannai Dopwell-Bailey. And to me, he was my blood first cousin.
Okay.
But also, the way that we grew up as siblings. And also, because I was way older, I also consider him like a son to me. And the type of person he was a kind soul, heart of gold. He loves music, he loved dancing, he loved the arts. He never held no grudges. He was there for his friends. Like, if you go back and you go on YouTube or research anything, you'll see the amount of people that came out to support for him. And he was just 16 years old, so imagine what he could have done. So he was just a vibrant young adolescent.
Okay, thank you for that great description. And when you say, I want to follow up with, when you say you had more than a, for example, first cousin relationship, more because of the age gap. Sometimes you might have looked at him as a kid, like your own son. So how did you feel about this situation? Concerning the fact that it's more than just a cousin.
There's no amount of words that you can say. It's like a devastating feeling that stays with you for the long run. It's a pain that you have to learn to accept, and even in acceptance, sometimes you feel like you're doing the wrong thing. But it's a grief that stays, and up to this day, is like I see the dynamic of my family, how they feel through it, and the pain that it's caused.
Okay, and if I ask you, how did you learn about that tragic incident, about the passing of Jannai Dopwell-Bailey, your cousin?
So when it happened, the police called my aunt, which is his mom.
Yes.
And then she was on the bus in Côte-des-Neiges. And then they met her at the bus, stopped the bus, took her off. And then she called my mom, which is her sister. And then my mom told me, and I was already in Côte-des-Neiges, so I was the second one there at the hospital when it occurred. So that's how we found out. And then as soon as I got there, they already broke the news that he had passed.
Wow.
Can you put us in perspective? You grew up in Côte-des-Neiges, right?
Yes.
Okay, and your family as well?
Yeah, well, a part of my family is in Côte-des-Neiges, and then I have other family elsewhere.
And can you tell me what is your background? I already know, but I want to make sure that people know what is your background, where your families come from.
My family comes from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is a small island in the Caribbean.
Okay, so we know that Caribbean people, sense of family, sense of togetherness. You know about that. You grew up with that.
Yes, our family is very tight knitted. Like we're there for one another. We Christmas, Easter, you name it, holidays, birthdays. We always get together and stuff. COVID made it a little bit distant, but then slowly but surely, like we're getting back to those values and everything. So when anything happens, the family is really there together for one another.
That's great to know.
Right. Okay, so you heard about the news. So can you take us back, like, to the emotions that were felt, the past, like the weeks following hearing the news? The emotions, how was the family handling the situation and all that?
I think the perfect word to describe it was everybody was distraught. Everybody was, they couldn't believe it. We had no words. Like, I'm a person that I barely shed tears, and I was shedding tears left to right, crying, couldn't control it. So if I was like that, you could imagine the mother, his blood sister, his blood brother, like aunties and everything. We couldn't, like, it just very, very emotional. Very, very emotional, a lot of pain, a lot of grief.
And how did you guys manage to really, like, I would say support one another?
Because I'm blessed with the type of family that is together, and I'm blessed to also have friends that I consider my family as well, extended friends.
Nice.
So it's like a lot of people was there for us, and a lot of people was checking up on us. We went in the first few weeks. We were always at my aunt's house. We're buying food together. We're just being there for one another and trying to, like, shoulder the burden on each other's shoulders.
Lots of love then.
Lots of love.
Yeah. How would you say that the media depicted the situation? Because, like, as soon as the news broke, like, for sure the media was, on the story and all that. Do you find that it helped the grief, or was it a hindrance to it?
I will speak about the negative parts of the media, which did not help the grief, because you have a innocent 16-year-old boy, an innocent 16-year-old black boy, and the media is painted it to be like if it's a gang war, like if he was in a gang, like if this was like a retaliation thing or of some sort, when he was just innocently leaving the school, and people came to the school and then disappeared.
That's really, to me, it's really interesting to have your take on this. And to me, I would say it's not an exclusive, because I think your uncle, I believe, went on a show and spoke about it. But to me, it's just interesting to get the version of, the family member. So it will help to, I would say, preserve his memory. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so you spoke, I remember last year, I saw you at a conference at Dawson College.
Yes.
You remember?
Yes, I remember.
And you were the spokesperson for your family. And you said something that touched me. You said people don't realize how much it impacts the family dynamic. Can you speak about it?
Because when a death like that occurs, it impacts the family in so many different ways. And people don't realize that until they're in it, to see like how it impacts. It could be something as small as people are more irritated with each other, or people feeling like the other person's not caring enough, or because the way that you handle grief is not the same with everybody else.
True.
So some people could be partying more, some people can be crying more, some people can be hiding the pain. So then you might look at the person and be like, what the hell? But that's how they got impacted, because now it's like, also for myself, it's like sometimes I feel like maybe I shouldn't be having fun because
you feel guilty.
Yeah, you feel guilty because like I'm smiling here and then I'm smiling here and everything, and I just lost my little brother. You know?
No, I definitely understand that. And what I would say about it is that you have to have a strong family, because like you just mentioned, because I'm hurt and I don't really know how to express it. And maybe me, and expressing it is more, I stay to myself. I don't really talk to people. I don't really go at families gathering or families members' house. I want to stay to myself. People might look at it as, you don't want to grieve with us, or you don't care. It's not that. It's my way of grieving. So I really appreciate the fact that you point that and you're able to highlight that, because I want people to understand that we're in this together. And don't take it personal if I don't grieve the same way you grieve, because we have different ways of expressing it. But I think the most important thing is to know that we are in this together, and so.
True.
Mm-hmm. And can you speak on the impact of this loss on your relationship with other family members, or maybe your friends, just for the simple fact that it changes things? You mentioned it changes the family dynamic, but I want to know, regarding you, Tabari Charles, how did it affect it positively or negatively, your relationships with the rest of your family and also your friends?
Well, to answer that, I have to take you back to 2016. And in 2016 is the year I lost my first immediate family member, which was my grandma. So then, but with my grandma's case, she died of old age. So it was an understandable thing.
Yeah.
And then later on in that year, I lost my cousin to gun violence. But he was in St. Vincent, but he grew up in Montreal.
Yes.
So he was also close with the family. And then when I used to go to St. Vincent, that's who we used to stay by. So what that made me do at that time, because I had to give like a tribute and everything, it made me realize that treat those you cherish with love and caring, and don't hold too many grudge. So I already implemented that as I went.
Can you repeat that just to make sure
treat those with love and empathy and caringness before it's too late. So don't hold any grudges or nothing of those sorts. Nothing of those sorts.
Mm-hmm. Communication
can solve anything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have a big ego. Let it stick it in water. And if you're family, you're family. You know. So now today,
mm-hmm.
when the thing happened with my little brother now,
mm-hmm.
it's like it just reinforced all of that. It reinforced to really show love, because that was in 2016, so you can kind of lose your way a little bit. So it reinforced me to...
Just lean back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it reinforced me to don't take life for granted, man. Like, live in the moment. Things happen. Focus on what you can control and put your best face forward.
So would you say before that you would pay more attention to things that don't really matter, and after those type of situation, you realize that I gotta really start thinking about what matters, which is family, which is love, which is leaving a positive impact on people surrounding you?
Absolutely, because sometimes we get too caught up with life and with the stresses of life and stuff like that, where we get blinded by our emotions. But sometimes things like this is what reminds you that life is precious. It can be gone like this. And the older, like, so I see some people every time they get older, they're like, damn, I'm getting old. But I'm happy I'm getting older, because it's like, it's disrespectful to those who they even reach that age, because they would want to be that age as well too. So you should just be grateful and approach with grace.
Okay, j'aime ça. I really like that.
I sense a lot of wisdom, because it's such a touchy subject, but I sense a lot of wisdom came out of it. So you were able to grow from the situation, which is not necessarily easy because it's so, like, painful, So I would describe that as growth pain, But
definitely.
It's nice to hear you speak about it with such wisdom, because I honestly expected to just start crying, but I'm just learning from the situation, and I'm really touched by what you're sharing.
Thank you.
And for my next question, I would like to ask you, regarding the impact of this situation on your physical or maybe mental health, because you just said earlier during the interview that at one point you were angry, and now you're able to have to reflect on it, and like she just mentioned, you're really mature about it, you're really thoughtful about it, and you're giving hopes to people. So can you take us through how was your mental state during that time?
It was tough because I pride myself on having like a strong mind. And even at that, it's tough. You're going to sleep, not sleeping properly. You're feeling all kinds of different emotions inside that you can't shake off. Whether you look left, you look right, you look up, you look down, the emotion is still there. And how did it impact me physically? Well, I was way smaller than this.
I know, I remember.
I was way smaller than this. Before 2021, and then I just let myself go. But now we back focused and everything. But it's very tough.
No, thank you for sharing this. And people don't really realize how it can take a toll on you, how it can be a heavy burden to carry, because you're trying to live your life and you're trying to show people that, hey, you have to push through it. But hey, some days going to be tough, and you got to be willing to understand it and to go through it, and to, because we even though we're not from the same island, the way our parents grew up, mental health isn't real, or what are you talking about depression for? But having to go through all of that, first of all, did you go to a therapist or a psychologist or anything of that sort?
I didn't go to a therapist. They had gave us like free therapy sessions.
Okay.
And I was open to it, but at the time, a lot of therapists was fully booked, and then we allowed my aunt to get the first priority.
Oh, okay.
So she got the chance to go.
Okay.
But before that, I was already practicing meditation and practicing journaling and practicing being vulnerable and transparent and being in tune with my emotional intelligence. So I was able to express myself and release to quote unquote heal and come with acceptance.
And how was it received by people in the community? Because you're going through something serious, but since we're not accustomed to expressing ourselves and letting you know how I feel and how my mental state is, was it well received?
I think because in today's time is more pushed to the forefront, it's becoming more and more received better. So a lot of people's talking about depression. A lot of people's talking about going to seek therapy, as opposed to like when we were growing up. It's like you hit yourself, yo, thug it out.
Yeah,
you're crying. Oh, tu pleures.
Don't you're a man.
Be a man.
Yeah.
But now people's learning like the different vocabularies and wording for stuff, and there's different outlets and stuff that's showing you that it's okay. It's okay to shed a tear. It's okay to show emotion. It doesn't make you less of a man.
Right.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you feel less of a man when you cry, especially in those type of situations?
No, I don't feel less of a man when I cry, because you have, in order for you to feel less of a man, you have to feel that. So in my brain, I will never ever feel less of a man, because I know that it starts with the mind.
Nice. I really like that.
Interesting. What would you say was the most difficult for you, most difficult thing for you to overcome
in this situation?
Yes.
Watching the pain in all my family's faces, watching his friends be devastated, watching like I'm cool because we're from Côte d'Ivoire. I'm cool with all his homies. So when I go and chill with them, or I see them, it's like a missing person there. You know, it's like, oh, he could have been enjoying this. He was about to be 18, 19. I was having hopes of going to Carabana with him, showing them how to party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it's devastating to think that every year we do something nice as a group, he's always not going to be there.
Do you feel a sense of injustice because of the way it happened and his age also?
Absolutely. A sense of injustice. I feel like the justice system could tighten up and do better, because I feel like when it's against black people, they're tight enough. Even if you didn't do the crime, it's hard. You have to really prove that you didn't do it. And then for something like this, it's like I feel like it wasn't fairly approached.
Because like you mentioned earlier, they thought it was gang related. So do you feel that they could have put more effort into it?
No, I feel like when it came to like certain in court or the verdicts and stuff like that, I feel like it wasn't just, because you're robbing a mother from her child forever, and the time doesn't equate what you just did. What doesn't equate the action.
Okay, so do you? I will just make sure that we understand and the audience understands. Is it the fact that you feel like the sentence was not fair, or even if they gave the person like many 100 years in jail, it would still not bring you back this person, and it would never equate, I would say, the pain that you felt.
It's both of them.
It's both of them.
It's both. It's like even if you get justice, like they say justice is served in the court, we still don't have Jannai.
Facts. We
still don't have him. So it's like, yeah, it's like a pansement, like a bandage. Yeah, it's a bandage, but it's not the healing factor. Whether you get the justice or not, you don't jump off screaming, yeah. You're still sad because you don't have your family member with you. Because
for the killers, they'll be able to walk out one day. So I definitely understand how you feel. It's like
the pain is really like, I get it. It's just so heavy and so painful. Like I cannot fathom losing like someone so young in my family or anything. And you know, we have young cousins, young brothers. It's just like, And the way you described the way it happened is just like, okay, it just makes you realize that you could lose someone just like that for no specific reason.
At any moment. And and a lot of people, I find a lot of parents was able to relate because it happened while he was leaving school. So as he's leaving school, on school territory, on school grounds, imagine your son is not skipping school or anything, and he's at school, but he doesn't come home. And so I find a lot of parents and a lot of people was able to relate with that and be scared and talk to their kids about like being cautious and everything.
And whatever background you comes from, if you're a parent, you'll understand it.
You'll understand it.
Do you feel that it had just to push on that comment? Do you feel like there was an impact in the community? Because I know that your community, you're really close, so you guys kind of know one another and support one another. Did it have an impact on the community?
Yes, it did have an impact. I feel like at first, a lot of people came together to march and to bring awareness, and a lot of even like the mayor, I think it's the mayor, the Haitian lady.
Not mayor of the city, but I think I know who you're talking about.
She came out, extended her arm. Different people extended their arm to see that to ask what we need or whatever it may be. But I think something like this for sure is going to impact the area and everything.
I have a quick question, okay, before you follow up. When I saw you at Dawson, I saw that it was like kind of an exchange between you and, I think she's your cousin, the lady that was with you. She was your cousin?
Yeah.
And I saw an exchange between you guys. She was like, go, speak for us. And I was like, okay, they trust him to speak, to represent the family. And you mentioned also earlier that you always pride yourself on being a strong-minded individuals. So would you say that a lot of family members sometimes look up to you in a sense of, okay, is he reacting or not reacting? To gauge, can I allow myself to feel some type of way?
I think everybody in our family has their own identity, and we trust in everybody's strength and weaknesses. Nice. So it's like my strength is I'm very articulate. I know how to put my words together. I know how to voice what I'm feeling or whatever it is. So it's like when it comes to something like this, they're more so inclined to be like, okay, you go speak. I trust you. I trust that you're gonna say the right thing and everything.
Nice. And I'm telling you, I know it's not an easy task, but the way I saw you carrying yourself, doing it, I was like, man. And I'm pretty sure you kind of helped her get some weight off her shoulder, because probably if she was the one that had to talk in front of everybody, maybe she wasn't going to be comfortable, you know. But the way you did it, I said, man, he represents for his family in such a nice way. It was honorable, so I commend you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and we commend you for coming, because I know that even if it's been years, it's still fresh. So it must be very tough. What are your main outlets, I would say, to manage your emotions? You mentioned your meditation and all that. And I think, do you rap? Do you write?
Yeah, I used to.
Okay.
Why do you say used to?
Okay, I rap. Nice. I rap.
Okay.
So writing, meditation, communication, talking amongst people. Like, I do it all. I do it all. Like, whenever I feel like I'm uneasy or whatever, I reach the point where now it's like, I'm going to make sure that I release this energy. I'm going to face it forward and accept it and talk about it. And then I know that this shall pass too.
This shall pass. So this is a verse from the Bible. Are you a Christian?
I believe in God.
Okay.
So I believe in God. So I won't say I'm any form of religion, but I also was add that I grew up in an Anglican church. So
Okay. Would prayer also be an outlet for you?
yes, I pray every day.
Okay. So, what would you say is something that helps you to move on? Or helped you to move on? If we can even talk about moving on in that matter?
Knowledge and time. Like, it takes time, and if you're willing to put in the work, learn, watch different stories, be willing to come to an acceptance, and also acknowledge yourself, because everybody's different. Some people might not want to hold, but for me, that's what I do. I do everything in hopes of always trying to be a better person for tomorrow. So those are the few things that I do in order to like keep strong and keep my mind sharp and everything.
You know what impresses me? I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's just the fact that you're so. I find that you talk about it so like in such a, I would say, a calm way, and also the growth that you manifest, and also I find that there's a lot of wisdom that came out of the situation, and I'm really impressed with the fact that you're able to voice it. Basically, yeah, it's something it's really impressive to watch you.
Because I've been putting in the work for a long time now,
Okay.
and I'm use me as an example that if you put in the work, if you meditate, if you pray, if you embrace your emotions and embrace who you are, you will automatically, and you leave it to time, you will automatically grow, and you will look at yourself. You'll look back and see that you come a long way.
Yeah. So would you say that you overcame that, or will it be like a lifetime work?
It's a lifetime work, because you can always regress, you could always fall off. So I won't say per se that I overcame it. It's just that I'm able to express myself and be vulnerable. Before, I wasn't able to do this at all. Like, I wouldn't even come up here and share this story, because I would be so closed in, because you grew up tough and everything. But then as time progressed, and as I felt pain, and as I didn't want to stay, it has to have a want. I didn't want to stay feeling down and depressed and sad, because I'm a person.
Can you explain why?
Because I'm a person who's always smiling. I'm always laughing. I'm the person that holds people together. And I'm joking. Like, when I see him outside, I'm always asking him, "Well, your music and this, and this, that." You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'll reach out to people. I'm a supporter. So I didn't want to be the one that's down. And then maybe I might have people counting on me and everything, and I'm just like down and showing them that I'm defeated. So,
but tell me, put it in perspective, because it's so deep. Because you're going through a hard phase, but at the same time, you're telling yourself, I can't allow myself to feel down because other people look up to me. But it takes a lot of strength, mental strength. And how are you able to do that?
The feeling of being down and feeling in pain was way more devastating to me than the feeling, than the feeling of being happy. So I did everything I could, down to reading books, down to listening to audiobooks, down to listening to TED Talks, like everything I could to understand what is it that I'm feeling, and to tap into emotional intelligence, and to get in tune with myself.
So first part, understand what I feel.
Yeah.
And after that,
you understand what you feel, and then you have to want it, and you have to do the work. Understand what you feel, embrace what is, so what you're currently feeling. You know what I'm saying? So every emotion is important. So it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be happy, because these are things that's telling you that something is not met. Like certain needs are not met. If you're stressed out, then you have to do something to not be stressed out. If you're sad, then there's something why there's a reason why you're sad. So you have to do something to make yourself happy. And then when you do the work, you're automatically gonna pat yourself on the shoulder saying, "I did that." And then that's true happiness, living in the moment, true inner peace, living in the moment.
Are you proud of yourself? Would you describe yourself as being proud of yourself?
Yeah, I'm proud of myself.
You should be, because I know it's like you mentioned, it's not something that you're able to move on. You just learn to live with it. Sometimes I think about grandma. Sometimes I think about Snooki. I think about them, but I just don't allow myself to feel bad for too long. How can I make sure that I honor them? I make sure that I honor my grandma. Where she came from Haiti. She went to France, and after that Canada. So she made a big sacrifice. How can I honor her? Like you just mentioned, your little cousin, your little bro, was always like. You say, you describe him with joy. You describe him with only positive words. So I think the way you are right now, it's a great example of how you can give back and make sure that his name stays alive.
Yeah, that's important too. Like me, I make sure that everybody all the fallen, all the people who pass, their name stays alive. Like every morning when I send a good morning text to the family group chat or friends group chat, I always end it with "Long live Jannai" and "Long live the fallen," to make sure that you remember these people, because there's so many people that it's not just Jannai who passed. There's so many other people who pass that I've known, that I came across, and it's a lot. So it's like I want to make sure that I can remember all of them at different times.
So you pay tribute to him this way?
Yeah, I pay tribute to him, make sure that, like I take one of his core values that he has and make sure that I pave it forward.
What are those?
Which is support. He supports. Like if he likes, like he's not afraid to tell you like, oh, what you're doing is nice. He's not a hater or nothing. He's gonna support to the fullest.
So he was a really bright young man. He brought joy to the family. So, I can imagine he's a very heavy loss. Yeah. Have you found, like, because we had mentioned that earlier, we spoke about the support of the community. I will change the question. I'll turn the question. Would you say that there's enough support for family members who survive such a drama?
I think
tragedy.
I'm not too sure, but from what I see, you have like associations, like the Jamaican Association. Yeah. You have different, like the association that I spoke at.
You remember the car?
Yeah, that I spoke at and stuff like that. Who are there, who hold certain events for people, for the victims, and I just think that they should have more of those. We should have more after school activities for the youth, so that the youth can blossom. And it not only, it doesn't have to only be sports. It could be music. It could be swimming. It can just be developing their talent so that their mind is not wandering and then they're left with nothing. Like you could teach them coding, teach them economics, teach them financial literacy, so that you can build better children of tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. And would you describe yourself as someone who would you like to turn into an activist for that kind of cause, or did it, shut you down and you prefer just speaking about it when asked?
I think that eventually I'm going to be public speaking. I'm going to be sharing stories so that I can help young people thrive and blossom.
Wow.
Nice.
I would honestly, hearing you, I would describe you as an overcomer, because there's so much good that came out of something that's so dark. That's such a because to me it's tragic.
It's tragic.
It's definitely very tragic, because he was very young, and as you explained earlier, the circumstances were really like totally crazy and unexpected. So to me, for you to, I would say there's so much that came out of it that's positive. I mean, to me, it's as if, you know, it's sad that he's gone, but it made the family grow in some kind of way.
Well, it's not like me. This is how I process.
Mm-hmm.
It's how I process. This I'll put it like this: is me. This is how I process. And at the same time, it's like it's bittersweet because the pain is still here.
For sure,
the pain is still here. It would always be here. It's forever here. And some people in my family cope with it different. So whereas the tears is still remains, even though we're in 2025 and it happened in 2021. So don't get me wrong with that. But it's also because I'm a person who my thought process and my work, my inner work and everything that I put in is the way it is. I'm happy that I'm able to elaborate and speak like this so I can be there for the ones who are more emotionally inclined, who are still grieving, who are still sad, and who wake up a lot of times crying and very, 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 very broken.
And I appreciate you for that because I know there's a lot of people that would have loved to share with the rest of the world how they feel and how this pain is messing with them, if I can say it like that, but they can't, and they're too scared or they're too uncomfortable. But you're comfortable enough to like you said, you're still living with it, but you're able to share it into, you don't know, maybe someone that is going to be watching this is about to commit something, is like, man, this is how my actions can affect people's lives, people's family. Let me just relax a little bit. Let me just chill, like we say. Because I know there's a lot of people that feel the way you feel, a lot of families that feel the way your family felt, but they're never going to come forward and explain it and share with the world. But I think it's important that people realize that everybody involved is at risk of feeling the pain, because it's not just the person who leaves this earth, the family members, the friends, teachers, everybody, society. We lost maybe the next governor, the next prime minister, the next lawyer, you don't know. But I think it's important that people know that people really go through serious stuff, serious situations. And like you said, if we equip our youth better, I think the future is going to be bright. But until then, so thank you for sharing this story. And can I ask you if you can say multiple things, but if I ask you for one or two things that you would like to share with the youth, that you would like to share with someone that is kind of stuck and thinks that I don't have many options of positive options, what would you say to someone like that?
First off and foremost, I'll say to the youth, don't let one mistake ruin the rest of your life. Sometimes you just have to take a few deep breaths and understand that whatever you're feeling is not as big as you think for you to go and crash out, and then now you're sitting down for a long, long time, and then you're causing pain to another parent. If the problem is not as big as it is, so and also to pour in hard work into your passion. Make sure that whatever it is that you like, you do it to the highest level, and you don't be scared. Don't be scared to take risk. To take risks. There's gonna be failure. You're gonna fail many, many times. I still haven't figured it all out, and you just use that as lessons to be learned and experience to gain. And also, don't be afraid to be the bigger person, to apologize, to think highly of yourself. Be courageous. love yourself, pour into yourself. Because when you love yourself and you pour into yourself, you will also treat others with that same amount of love.
True. Big facts.
Yeah.
Yo, thanks, man.
These are secrets to thriving.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
No
you so
problem.
much, man. I know it's maybe the 10th time I've repeated it, but I appreciate your courage. I appreciate and you know we're friends outside of this, and I want to commend you for that because I think I know it's not an easy thing to do, but I know that it's the right thing to do, and I'm gonna just say thank you for everybody that's watching. Thank you for sharing this story, and yeah, we're gonna stay in touch, man.
No problem, man. I would like to say thank you for y'all for having me, for allowing me to come and share my story on this platform. It means a lot, and I hope that with this, it would allow other people to hear the story and probably help them to share their story or come to terms with their story or grow and thrive.
Thank you so much because grow, thrive, these are precious words.
Yes.
And heal.
And heal
Yeah.
also. Yeah.
Definitely.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
go ahead.
Long live Jannai in our hearts and in our minds and in our deeds.
Yes. Thank you, man. So it was another episode of Le Tournant Project, which means turning point. Thank you and have a great one, everybody.
Si tu te lances, il y aura des moments intenses, des secousses et des turbulences. Il faut que tu prennes ça posé, t'inquiète, tu vas y arriver. Regarde-toi dans le miroir, faire le 180 degrés. La vie c'est pas lancer compte, mais ça compte seulement si tu te lances. Il y aura des moments intenses, des secousses et des turbulences. Il faut que tu prennes ça posé.